Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. TIAA Bank Field. ZA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Well, it's official. We reached the halfway point of the regular season. Still a lot of work left to do, though, as we're away in Week 9. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And leading the way is their fourth-year QB.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. So 20 yards on that play. And that'll be first down, Chicago. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
He dodged the tackle. Up to the races, middle of the field. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 6-0 lead right away. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it. And the Jaguars grab it. Finds a seam, left side. He's off to the races. Hits the 20. And he is into the end zone, so they steal 2 points on the block kick and return.
Well, partner, it's about the most unlikeliest score you're going to see. 6-2 out the gate. I don't think I've ever seen it. But you follow a touchdown with a block point after a return, it's exactly what you get naturally. See smiles on both sidelines as we get going.
So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Set.
They stay on the ground with Williams. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. That's 2 in a row. They've got 3rd down now coming up.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Caught quickly on the slant. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
18 Cardinal, 18.
Quick throw right side. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory. All set to go now from the 35. They'll run here on first down. Room to run inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears get 6 more on their early advantage. And this one thankfully not off the mark. He gets it to go.
The score, Bears 13, Jaguars 2.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Only need the smallest little bit of yardage here. It is second and inches.
Ready.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's go now.
Setting up to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cup 19, Cup 19. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Let's go.
Third and long for him here. Completed over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10. Blown back to the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big games of next week. Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Start.
Throw here, 3rd down. He drops this down to Pacheco underneath. This does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. It's an early lead for the Bears. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit.
Ready.
Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. And they've decided they're going for this on 4th and 1.
Ready.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
A certain variation of this play has really become synonymous with one team. And you know what I'm talking about, the tush push over there in Philly. But at its roots, this has been one of the offense's greatest plays long before Jalen Hurts and those Eagles put their own stamp on it. So simple to run, so tough to stop.
On first down, they'll run. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Jaguars have a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Back-to-back carries here. And stop is made after 4 yards. It's second down.
Ready
He's
up.
brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
They give it to him again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
The line of
They
scrimmage.
come to the line here, and this is third and 6.
It's third down
Ready.
and 6.
Third and long. They're going to throw. He brings it in. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars make it a one-score game in the first half. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Evans now to return. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Bears ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy, too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. They'll start this one out with Hall. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this third and long.
Third down now, Jaguars going nickel. Here he goes, third and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. Brings it in at the 12th. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to end it.
He's got it deep downfield. He has it all the way inside the opposing 40.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Pacheco gets it from the go. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go. Ready.
On second down, a run with Williams. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Coming to the line for another first and 10.
Here we go. Start. 18, go.
Another run for Williams. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line.
Ulotu on the stop. Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
So it'll be second and long coming up, and that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. Hang with us. More football coming up from Everbank. Back to the line they come, second down.
Let's go. Ready?
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. And how about this, Brock? They gain 11 on second down. Nice work to claw some back. They make it third and short. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get some late points and the lead. A second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Evans now to return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Airing it out to start this drive. Dumped off to his running back. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down Bears. Just 1 play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. To the air now on 1st and 10. Dump off caught by his back. Down the sideline inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
Bears, first down. It's a gain of 10.
Second throw out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
He's going to throw it again. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 6 up.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away.
Just a whole different mindset now, Kate, really for both sides. As they go into halftime, more than likely tied, just starting from scratch. Whole new ball game.
The Jaguars going on offense one final time in the opening half. They're going to have to be quick about anything that they want to do here, partner. Enough time for a few snaps at most. Put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Tracking.
Looking to throw. Try connected with Brown, but it's intercepted. And the Bears will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Well, the teams are ready. The fans are ready. Let's give the people what they came here for. We'll jump past halftime and get right back to the game. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Jukes away from one. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here come the Jaguars, taking the field on offense to start the 3rd. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He's got Brown on a slant. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I'll say this, Kate. This quarterback's got some courage right there. He throws it into double coverage, and he's got a guy there in coverage who's already picked him off, and he don't care. Kind of like that gunslinging attitude, but you better be careful the next time around.
With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Well, he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Let's go.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And this one's going a long way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here we go. Ready.
He's dropping back to throw. Get some space around midfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. The handoff for Williams, running left. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on a big play down to the 19. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at him and go make a point.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Give him 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play 1st and goal situations too. Because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
Ready.
He gets it again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here come the Bears back out on offense. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
He finds Odunze downfield. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Turn a good play into a great play. I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Here's the long back on the handoff. He only can get his yard here, bro. It's going to be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
To the air on 3rd and long. It's his running back. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Hall. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bears grab the lead on their first series of the half. Breece Hall with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Bears push their lead to 3.
26. Jaguars 23.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Jaguars take over.
Out now runs the Jaguars offense. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Viking 18, go.
Airing it out to start this drive. Screen here for Williams. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
And he'll get it up to the 27. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bears is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Let's go now. Step Buffalo 18.
They'll throw 3rd and long. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
35-yard line.
A give now from the gun. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. 1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Tag.
There's a dive up the middle. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Ready up.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
19 tight. 19 tight. Come on. Come on. Set. 6 the Eagles. 6.
Air it out on 3rd. Connecting on a slant. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Ready, ready.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th.
That's good.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Dive play straight ahead. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
So 1st down from the 41.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go.
Back to the well again. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Okay,
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
ready, ready. Cougar Knights, ready.
Another carry for him. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on 1st down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars down by only 3. Ball right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches.
Let's go.
Pacheco on the toss right side. He stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go, here we go. Cup 19, Cowboy 80.
Looking to throw it. Could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jacob Parrish. And the Bears make the play that should win them this game. Oh, man, Brock. They decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the 2nd half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
We give on 2nd to Hall. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Here we go, here we go.
Looking to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Jaguars are going to call their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And they could elect to just take the safety here. And it ends up a good return for them. Up past their own 40. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. They look to throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Bronco 80. Ready.
Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. 2nd and 3 now.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Let's go now. Set Viking, 18. Let's go.
Back to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
19 Tiger, Dragon 60. 79 Broncos. Let's go.
To throw. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he's in. And that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Jaguars in a crucial spot late, trying for 2.
The Jaguars will line up for the 2-point.
And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Evans now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Jaguars come away with a win in this one. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.